Education helped me to improve my language, and I am able to read and write now. In this regard, I want to thank both ActionAid and Monmouth for their great support. Fetching water is not only tiresome, but time-taking task. After this water project realized, all those problems are solved. We have sufficient access to clean water nearby our village. We are very much happy. I want to thank Monmouth and ActionAid for supporting us to realize this project, thereby improve our life.
Kemba is one of the 13 Woreda districts of the Gamogofa zone in the South Nations, Nationalities and Peoples Regional State. It's located about 602 kilometers south of Addis Ababa, the capital of Ethiopia. In 2004, ActionAid Ethiopia planned the introduction of a long-term development program intervention in Kemba district, focusing on the key priorities of over 155,780 people residing across 39 Kabales. During the inception period, ActionAid Kemba conducted a socio-economic survey aimed at sorting the dynamics of poverty, development problems and priorities.
7 years ago, ActionAid Ethiopia wanted to establish a long-term development area in the southern part of Ethiopia. So we had undertaken a preliminary study which has indicated that the Kemba area is very much marginalized, very much dissociated from social and economic services. The study, the appraisal study which we have undertaken has indicated that this area is very much neglected. There are the existing social and economic services are very poor. Education by itself has only a coverage of something like 26%. Potable water coverage was only around 6%. So, on the other hand, women are very much marginalized. There are a number of socio-economic problems that justify the establishment of a long-term development program.
In March 2004, ActionAid Kemba began its development program intervention that places emphasis on 5 thematic areas. These are food security, women's development, education, good governance and HIV, sanitation and water development programs. Monomouth Aid Group started in 1985 when Ethiopia suffered from a serious drought which caused widespread famine. A group of people in Monomouth wanted to ensure the people in Ethiopia, especially the community of Waka, in the South Nations, Nationalities and Peoples Regional State could sustain themselves in the future. As it has achieved its goal in Waka, Monomouth Aid Group has shifted its support to Kemba development area since the year 2004 by providing financial assistance through ActionAid Ethiopia to address the education and potable water needs of poor people in Kemba district. In the past 7 years, Monomouth financial support helped the realization of several education centers in remote rural areas of Kemba. These access centers enabled school-age children to access basic education at their own village.
ሁሉን መዘርዘር ባይቻልም በሞኖሞዝ ብቻ የተሰሩትን ፕሮጀክቶች ለመጥቀስ ያህል
In the past 7 years, we have established 6 basic education centers, known as non-formal and alternative basic education centers. The total amount of this budget spent for the education projects are 325,000 birr, supported by the Monomouth aid group. Currently, 1,569 children are attending classes in the education centers now. All of those access centers are transformed into the government formal schools and primary schools.
Male Wudde is one of the most marginalized and remote rural Kabbales of Kemba district, mainly inhabited by agro-pastoral communities. It is a lowland area with hot temperature, rivers and undulating topography. For generations, there was no education center within a 20-kilometer radius of the Male Wudde area. The first access center established in 2004 with the help of Monomouth Aid Group funded education projects which was implemented through ActionAid Kemba in partnership with the local government and the community. As the community's awareness about education increased over time, the number of children attending school have been increasing year after year. Berhani Hitillo, from an agro-pastoralist family, joined the Male Wudde Primary School at the end of 2009. Now she is a grade 2 student.
We have never had the opportunity to access basic education before, and we have had a very bad life. Now, the establishment of this school sparked a hopeful future life. We have a dream to reach at a good level and change the living condition of our community. For me, attending class is a very crucial thing. Since then, education helped me to improve my language, and I am able to read and write now. That is a big change I ever had in my life. I am very much happy with that. In this regard, I want to thank both ActionAid and Monomouth for their great support, helped us in accessing education freely at our village and change our life.
The Bohe Primary School is one of the access centers established in 2006 and later transformed to a formal government school. Let alone the children, the education center inspired adults like Aster Kabede to go to school and attend classes.
I am married and have a child. The establishment of this school at my village initiated me to attend class and started my education under the extension program. I found education as helpful in changing my life, and I can see that many great changes to come in the future. I would like to thank Monomouth and ActionAid. Their support really helped us to have education access and change our life to the better.
Since 2009, ActionAid Kemba has been undertaking school expansion projects that intend to improve the access of quality education service in the area. The expansion of the existing primary schools, including building classrooms, libraries, offices, toilets, as well as supply of educational material, facilities and sportswear. Merushille and Shamala primary schools are two of the 7 education expansion projects completed in October 2010 and inaugurated in January 2011. Guests from ActionAid Head Office and Kemba District Administration, families and students attended the inaugural ceremonies held at both schools. At the event, the guests visited the newly constructed classroom buildings and other services. School children